No, they're not. I don't know if KD and LeBron are healthy enough. And I think that, let me be very, very clear. I think that KD, Kevin Durant, is the greatest offensive weapon in the game. I think that he is the one player that no team has an answer for at all. The Lakers don't have an answer for him. Utah doesn't have an answer for him. Milwaukee, Philly, the Clippers, Dallas, Denver. I don't give a damn who it is. He's the one dude there is absolutely positively no answer for. Kyrie Irving is a showstopper. He's going to get his. James Harden's doing what he's doing, sure. But KD is that dude. You could possibly figure out the others in some capacity, somehow. But there's no figuring out KD. And that's why I believe that the Lakers are not repeating, because I believe no matter what LeBron and AD throws your way, I think KD is going to be standing there, waiting, and he going to give it to everybody. There's no answer for this brother. That's the only reason I feel this way.
Yeah, Perk.
Well, I disagree, and I think the Lakers are going to defend their titles. It's just like boxing, Max. Let me jump in your element, right? Styles make fights, okay? The way that styles make fights. And you look at the greatest to ever do it, in my opinion, and Floyd Mayweather. Everyone kept saying every single time he jumped in the ring that, oh, this guy's gonna whip him. Oh, I got this guy taking Floyd down. And especially like when he fought Canelo Alvarez, right? They were saying Canelo is bigger, he's stronger. But what did Floyd do? He used it to his advantage. He made Canelo weigh in the day of the fight. And what I'm saying is, when you look at the Lakers, they make you play their style of basketball. Now they're playing old school basketball where they're going to punish you in the inside. They're going to slow down the pace. They're going to make it a half-court game, and no one in the league is physical enough to compete with LeBron James, Anthony Davis, and even Drummond when he's playing his best. And I love the way that Frank Vogel is using Marc Gasol. So when you look at the Lakers, they're the most stingiest team on the defensive side of things. You got Dennis Schroeder and Alex Caruso being pests at the guard position. You have Caldwell Pope, Wesley Matthews. Those guys are being feisty. They're into you. You have rim protection. You have a guy that could arguably win Defensive Player of the Year every single year in Anthony Davis. They make you play their style. And when you look at the way the Lakers adapt, and just think, last night, they scored 43 points at half, but the Suns only scored 40. The Suns scored 12 points in the second quarter. It's no other team in the NBA that's doing that on the defensive end. So when I look at it, AD, LeBron James, 58. The Lakers had 58 points in the paint. Anthony Davis and LeBron James had 38 of those points. They're just too strong, too dominant, and they're too good defensively.
Perk, you're wrong. Stephen A.'s right on this one. And you talk about Floyd, and people said this and that. Floyd was always the favorite, and his timing was very good. He knew when to play dudes. The timing may be right to play the Lakers, but that's not the reason that the Nets will win. The reason the Nets will win is also not just because of KD. If it's KD and Kyrie, they ain't winning. It's real. The simplest way I can put it is the Lakers got two of those dudes. The Nets got three. They got too much. But offensively, it's crazy because, as I keep pointing out, the Houston Rockets, when LeBron was waving the white flag before the series ever started, Stephen A. talking about he's giving concession speeches, looking at the Warriors, KD and Steph and Clay and Dre and Iggy. It's too much. We don't have enough, right? Don't believe you. You need more people. And he was like giving concession speeches. The Rockets almost beat him without Chris Paul. They played a Game 7 in Houston because they were playing D'Antoni style, which everyone says can't win, but in fact can do a lot more with a lot less. Now this Nets team, Perk, with D'Antoni on the bench, run by James Harden as the point guard, is basically that Rockets team, but with that Warriors level of talent. There's nothing you can do to stop them. How are you going to stop them?
See, and Max, you know what's crazy is that you really just made my point. You just said that with a dynamic duo and Chris Paul and James Harden, that they almost beat the Warriors, and they probably would have beat the Warriors if CP3 didn't get injured.
Yep.
So, and then you brought up D'Antoni's style of play and that the Warriors couldn't adjust to that style of play. Didn't you just say that?
No, well, not exactly, but you can interpret it that way. It's fair.
Okay, cool. So that's my point exactly when I talk about the Lakers and their style of play. A dynamic duo, the best duo since Kobe and Shaq, the way that LeBron James and Anthony Davis are able to dominate, can take on a three-headed monster, and you just submitted and stamped my point by bringing up that Rocket situation.
Joe Harris is going to be wide open all series.
We all know if Chris Paul wouldn't have got injured, the Rockets were going to win.
Stephen A., I'll give it to you. Stephen A., I'll give it to you. I think the Nets can score 40 points in a quarter against anyone. Stephen A., I'll give it to you. You were the one who said Blake can still play. You were absolutely right. He can still play. I don't even talk about Blake Griffin on that team. The Nets have too much.
Let me tell you this. First of all, KP, that was Max with Houston and CP3. I've always been of the mindset, just for your edification, in case you were never on when we discussed it, I've never, ever, ever believed that the Golden State Warriors were going to lose that series to Houston. I always said that Golden State was going to win it in 7. No matter what Houston did, Golden State would do a little bit more. They did as much as was required to win that series that CP3 got hurt over the Rockets, and I still believe to this day they would have won that series. As it pertains to Brooklyn, I will say this to you. Here's what it's going to come down to. As you know this, KP, the game slows. It becomes a bit more physical. That's true. But 2 things that can offset that. Number 1 is perimeter shooting, which Brooklyn has. And number 2 is getting to the free throw line. And let me tell you something. They're going to make their free throws. Is LeBron going to make his? Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.